I have done sanded the primer spots where the putty was. That one, that one, that one. Now it's up to Waylon to sand that door, this fender, that fender, the hood, and the front bumper. So we can just... I'd like to roll it in the back. When it comes home tonight, I'd like to be able to just mask it and paint it. Probably not that easy. We'll probably have to wash the bugs off of it. This is ready for sanding and buffing. But it looks like the front bumper's going to come back off because there's a bolt that goes there. We thought we could get to from the back. We can't. So that's a bummer. That's the way it goes. So we're going to buff it first, take the bumper back off, and do that. We'll go in here and get on the computer and see if I can find me a couple more cars to build, because if everything goes right this week, we're going to be down 3 cars, which is a good problem. That's a really good problem. All right, today is I'm turning myself off on auction mode. I'm looking for something. I'm trying to, if you don't load the list up a day or two before, it seems like a bad idea, because I like to really check the cars out a couple times, because there's stuff you'll miss. Sometimes you'll even miss something like the car has a junk title instead of a rebuildable title. Or you're looking for a 4-wheel drive truck and you might be ready to bid on a 2-wheel drive truck. Had a guy call me the other day when we looked at a diesel Dodge, because he was thinking about selling his. We got on there. It was a Hemi truck. It was just like the one he's selling pretty much, but it was a Hemi instead of a diesel. So you gotta be careful. That's a lot of money we're, gambling with, I guess you'd call it, because it is a gamble. I mean, even if everything is what it says it is, there's always more damage, it seems like. All right, this thing's getting ready for inspection. It's ready to go. Daniel's yanking the tag off that, so when the inspection is done, he can go to the title office, put the tags on it, and drive it home legally. I hope to paint this tomorrow. I hope to paint tomorrow and get out of here next week, early next week. And it seems like we're on schedule to do it. This has been such a wonderful repair. If I had repairs like this all the time, I'd have a couple of dollars in my pocket all the time. This guy, waiting to see. He's supposed to come here this afternoon and test drive this thing. We'll see if he likes it or not. I think he will, but like I said, you never can tell what somebody's gonna think about something. This thing really turned out nice. Really turned out clean. Went ahead and threw new sway bar links on it and sway bar bushings. Mine's got her scrubbed. It is such a nice vehicle. I will be surprised if you don't take it, but you can't never tell. We went ahead and put Goodyear floor mats all the way from here forward in it. It's got the factory mats back here. Well, I don't know about factory, but nice ones. Nice ones. Let's see. Waylon is getting the Lucerne finished up. Doing the last bit of work to it, which is just cleaning it, putting the rear mud flaps on, putting the new floor mats in it. I need to do a virtual estimate on this today. It's gonna be a first time for me. Through Allstate, they got a program. I gotta download it to my iPhone here that I'm on, and basically FaceTime the adjuster when I'm walking through. The original estimate on this car, it was really bad estimate, because I think the check that they sent was like $800, the customer said, which I don't know how big her deductible was, but still it's way off. Because looky here, what's that? If you're a body man, what's that tell you? The hood is overlapping the fender. Now I'm saying it like that, but really the fender is underlapping the hood. Look at this side. That's how far that front end's knocked over. Well, it's knocked over half that far, because you realize it should have about an 1/8 to what? An 1/8 to 3/16 gap, roughly. So yeah, this thing's got some problems. It needs a fender on this side. I'm sure they didn't call for a fender on this side. So I'm going to sometime today for my first, and there's stuff in here they didn't catch. I know I'll keep changing the subject, but like in here, the water bottle, it's junk. And the fender's tore up. That's the problem with having the average person do pictures for the insurance company and them going by that. It's hardly ever accurate. I can't imagine it being accurate. Even 90% of the time, even 10% of the time, I can't imagine it being very accurate unless it's just a tiny, cosmetic dent. That there ain't cosmetic. Like I said, you can see it front end's over. You can tell the gap difference. Wow. And I don't like to mess with frame stuff even our rebuilt salvage cars we're doing. You know, I tried to avoid it as far as that's concerned. Daniel started body work in his bed last night. Now this is supposed to be gone tomorrow. We'll see. This car is so clean. Not much cleaning to do to it. We're just giving it a quickie because it's such a clean vehicle already. Car smells good inside. Evidently that car's not been smoked in. I still make a nice car. I kind of played a mean trick on this guy that's taking this car, because I knew if he's seen this car and how clean it was, he would take it. So what I done is I just said, and I think I said this on another video before about this same car, is I said, just look at this car. If you see somebody looking for one like this, tell him about it. I knew once he's seen it and how clean it was that he'd take it for the price and all. And well, tomorrow we'll know for sure if I was right. But I believe I was right on that. Waylon still hasn't left the back half of this truck. I don't know what he was getting into last night. That's okay. It's his time to do what he wants. We're getting ready to get this and gets inspected Monday. This is Thursday. This gets inspected the following Monday. So I reckon we ought to get going on. But one big plus is on this, there's no bags. What about seatbelts?
I put seatbelts on.
You did already? We got them? Are they the ones out of it?
No, one's of an Equinox.
So we do got to put seatbelts in this, because GMs make sure they cost you money if you want to rebuild their stuff. There's no excuse in this world for blowing up seatbelts and making them not usable without sending them off. That's just a money gimmick. There's no other reason for it. I don't care what anybody says. A seatbelt, as long as it locks and holds you, that's all it should matter. Well, they got these where if it has an accident, it blows them. There's a canister in them, and it blows, messes that seatbelt up, and it costs you a little bit of money to get them straightened back up. Huh? You know, it tightens them real tight, and they're ruined effectively unless you send them off. I don't know how they reprogram, but I mean, it's a pretty cost-effective way most of the time. I'm not gonna say it's really all that cost-effective, because a used seatbelt is about the same price, isn't it? Huh? So you know that it's just a money thing. GM has done to. It's big company greed. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Period. You don't have to make seatbelts lock up and be ruined to be safe. I don't care what they say. We got some issues right here. I'm not sure if we're going to straighten this. We're going to try. We're going to try to straighten it first. If it don't straighten easily, I'm changing the daggone thing. Hoping it straightens easy. Got a part. We have started. We're just getting started on the straightening. We've started on this guy. We're gonna probably grab it here and pull this forward. Try to pull that kink out. See what we can do with this. We're not gonna fight this very long. If this fights us too much, we are going to change it if it fights us too much, because ain't no got time for that. We've got this thing. The bumper's back on it. The bumper reinforcement. Got the frame horn out nice. It was crushed. It's pretty easy to get back. We just grabbed it on the top here, pulled it forward, grabbed it on the bottom here, and then dollied it. But these, you know, these crinkle zones are where they were. We're getting this dude straightened up good. Jumper box?
Yeah, I either got
We're getting this dude straightened up nice. We've put this fender on it, but what we really need to do is get the other fender on it too, and make sure that the hood sits down the hole good. See where we're at from there. Yeah, I think it's going to not have any signs. I kind of get her together. When you pop the hood, I don't think you'll be seeing any signs of this repair. That's how I like it. You see here, we don't know. See, our gap here is yucky right now. But before I get too worried about that, we'll get that fender on and go from there. See what it's trying to say. Everything's really coming on pretty slick right now. We got the LTZ back from inspection. It's in here, and Waylon is, or has been. I need that back up here. I gotta do a little touch up. What are you doing? All right, just when you're done, pull that car in behind your truck. Anyways, this one's ready to come into our, we brought it home, washed it, because there was bug guts all over it, of course. Washed it, so now we just get here in the morning, mask it off. I might mask it off tonight, some. thinking about it. Because I'd like this not to be an all-day project tomorrow. Painting this guy. And this thing should be, as I said before, early next week done. He's bringing this Dodge truck up here to Buff. Alright, ended up getting on the auction today. I looked at this earlier and kind of forgot about it. And I thought it over and I kept thinking, kept going back to this. It's got a clean title according to this. We don't know the miles, but as of last June, it had 17 miles on it last June. I don't know the story on this truck. I just know that it looks bad. If you look at the other side, here's the damage right here. Looks pretty nasty, but all of them are easily changed parts. Looks like the frame's okay. We're gonna put a bed skin on it. Looks to me like I'm just gonna have to have a bed skin. I think the cab corner's all right. Looks like we're gonna need a front door, of course, fenders, and a hood, and a grill. Lots of bags flying, but it's an 8-speed Hemi, and I really think this is going to have good miles. And if that is true, even if that wasn't true, it's worth what I gave for it. So we're going to see what we can do with this thing. Get in here sometime early next week, I figure. See, you got the upper fender rail, not the frame, but the upper fender rail. It's a pretty easy change. If you watch one of my older videos, Daniel, my son, changed on his truck, and he done a really good, clean, quick job on them. So that's it's actually an easy item to change right there. Like I said, the rest of the stuff just looks like, well, the bed skin's a weld item too. But looks like, get that thing up on his feet. First thing we'll do to make her look like something, and we'll go from there. Well, guys, this car showed up a couple hours ago, probably. Wouldn't you say? Probably a couple hour ago. Okay, it showed up a while ago, but I just been busy. I was getting ready to lay the paint to the LTZ. I'm out of mixing binder. I ought to kick myself in the hind end. But anyways, this is my first gaze on it, as well as your first gaze on this car. I guess I'm looking at it better than you are. You know what I'm saying. Well, let's look this thing over. Let's check it out. First thing I'm gonna do. Oh goodness, it's a non-smoker. This thing is clean. Have you heard me? What the? My battery. Have you heard me say that before? This thing is really clean. This is a clean car. Smell it? Smells good. It smells so good. The books are in it. The books are in it. And the other, yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't start. Oh, look at that thing. That thing is nice. It is, ain't it? Clean machine. How about it hit? Wow. I love it when they smell good. That means a whole bunch. Smelling good's important. Be careful of the fender, Waylon's saying. What's this? What do we hit? What do we hit? Is that deer? That's what I was hoping it was. Ain't that a deer? Right there. I like deer hits because deer hits are usually pretty forgiving compared to solid car hits. I know. Careful. Watch my windshield's already broke. I already got to put a windshield in it where somebody's open hood onto it. That's okay. Wow, that thing is look how clean that thing is. It's a 13 model, 50-some thousand miles. Impala. It should be around the 75 to 8 price done. Man, that thing's been taken care of. Look at this headlight. Look how clean that headlight is. Look at that thing. Huh?
Tires are good.
Tires are good? That's worth a bunch. Yeah, it's got nice tires. It's got Michelin's on it. What kind of people has Michelin's on their cars? People that take care of their cars. Well, that's a good looking vehicle. Impala LT. Can't get in the trunk. Battery is probably destroyed, right? No, that's on the other side. Probably just dead. Happy with that damage. Happy with it. That's a good surprise that we found together. Together. Soft SpongeBob. Okay. Anyhow, that's gonna pretty much wrap up my day. Looking around, I think that's going to. It's about 6 o'clock. I think I'm gonna run home, do what I do, and grab my wife and kids and see if they want to run in town to grab some supplies that some doofus let himself run out of. I'm talking about myself. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have some progress to show you on the LTZ. I was going to paint tonight. By the time I run town and back, I ain't going to do it. It'll be too whatever to do it. I need to check. There's some items we got to address on that tomorrow too. The thing's been here all week and I haven't touched it. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done on that tomorrow. Waylon is buffing this thing and it's bringing out the nice metallic in the grays. Real pretty color. The way it's getting all buffed up, that's gonna make a really slick looking repair this truck is. Wow, I like it. Look at that shine. Well, me and Monkey Man going to head home. We'll catch you guys later. Later.